For today's Karista Live, our special guest is Melissa Briones. Melissa Briones has over 8 years of combined commercial, business, and contract law experience as in-house counsel in manufacturing, health, real estate development, and broadcast communication industries. She has over 7 years of human resource management experience. She is passionate about people, law, and business. Let's welcome Melissa Briones. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hi, Melissa.
Good afternoon. You can hear my voice. Sometimes my screen is frozen, but that's fine. This show will go on. Thank you. Thank you for that lovely introduction, Bernadette. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me on your show. So exciting.
And thank you for preparing a wonderful presentation for us today. So, lahat po kayo, everyone who's watching right now, if you have anything that you'd like us to share with us, please type it in the chat box. You want to say hi, hello. You want to commend Melissa how gorgeous she is today, like please type it on the chat box. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to type it on there. Melissa, again, a wonderful opportunity for us to share what it is that's going on in the real estate market with regards to, for the first-time home buyers specifically. So you prepared a presentation for us, and very timely. there's burning news that's come out just recently, and I think you're going to talk about that. It's about the 2022 federal budget. So there's some things on there that will be particularly interesting to our first-time home buyers and maybe existing homeowners. So we will dive into that later. But in the beginning, I think you're going to talk to us about why hire a real estate lawyer when buying a home. But before we go to your presentation, I'd like to use this opportunity to invite everybody who's watching for our first-time home buyer webinar, English edition. So normally we've been known to do first-time home buyer webinars in Tagalog, and due to insistent public demand, we are doing a free first-time home buyer webinar in English on April the 21st. That's a Thursday from 6:30 to 8:30. So the beautiful thing about the webinar, you can join us through your phone, your iPad, your computer, wherever you are. You don't have to leave the comforts of whichever environment you're in. So feel free to join us for that special edition of our first-time home buyer webinar English edition. There you go. Melissa, again, your topic is about why hire a real estate lawyer when buying a home, and something about the 2022 federal budget in real estate. So I will not take too much more, and we will give you the floor. Thank you, Melissa.
Sounds good. Thank you, Bernadette. Thank you. Thank you, Team Karista. So, okay, we will now go to my presentation. Why hire a real estate lawyer when buying a home? So about me, so Bernadette introduced me. I do have contracts experience. I have real estate conveyancing experience. I have corporate commercial law experience, as well as family law and wills and estates. Alam nyo, may intersection itong mga batas na to with conveyancing, with purchasing real estate, with transferring real estate. So hopefully this presentation will be of benefit to you. Next slide, please. Okay. So the process of buying a home, an overview. So buying a home would be your biggest, the biggest investment of your life. So you will need all the tools of the trade so that it will be a relatively enjoyable experience for you, because it is. Buying a home it's very exciting. You get to live there, rent-free is what it's called. Is what it is. So parang you live rent-free because you get it all back when you sell it. But merong mga procedures, merong mga steps. One is to find a mortgage broker. So you get pre-approval before you begin your property search. So dyan papasok ang Karista. Before you buy, know how much you can buy. So that means ano yung budget for a certain income. If you have assets, money in the bank, that will all be taken into consideration, whether you're married, divorced, or contemplating separation, whether you have children, adult children, or minor children, that will all be taken into consideration to determine the amount of money that you can that you can borrow from the lenders and purchase your property. So when you already have that pre-approval and Karista will give you the go signal, then you find a realtor. So finding a realtor that can work with you, that will know your needs, is maybe easy, may not be easy. We have a lot of amazing realtors out there. Some of them will know uh, uh, from the time of meeting you what it is will what will actually suit you, suit your budget, suit your needs. Pero alam mo, ang experience ko kasi, tinutulungan ko yung realtor. Kasi syempre, you know what you want. So you know what you're looking for, that white picket fence, that second floor, that meron kayong mortgage helper. So ikaw yung nakakaalam. So habang naghahanap si realtor mo at nagre-refer sa'yo ng mga bahay na titingnan, you can also do your searches yourself. Diyan ko nakuha yung first house ko kasi I really wanted to live in this lovely property, amazingly managed. So yun, binigay ko sa realtor ko yon, and then tiningnan namin, made an offer. So pwede yun. Your realtor can help you, and then at the same time, you can also look for yourself. Ang maganda dyan, hindi naman ikaw magbabayad ng komisyon. So, di ba? So that will really help in the process. Tapos, after everything, after you found the dream house, you will put an offer. You will draft something called a contract of purchase and sale. Next slide, please. So this is how it looks like. So that's a contract of purchase and sale. Do not be daunted by it. It will be prepared by your realtor. So your realtor will indicate yung purchase price. Yan, magbabalikan yan. You will negotiate on the price. Tapos, if there's a meeting of the minds, then the contract of purchase and sale will be signed. Tapos merong subject removal, which I will also discuss later. And that will start the process of you owning that home. Pero itong 6-page contract na ito, it has 25 provisions. Minsan kasi tayo ng mga homeowners, hindi na natin iniintindi, pero sobrang siyang importante. So I really recommend that you read it. Meron ako mga clients who read it talagang through. Meron ako mga clients na hindi nila alam kung ano ang pinirmahan nila. So, importante talaga kasi you have to educate yourself also. Para lang, kasi hindi naman lahat ng mga wants nyo naka-reflect din. So, para lang sigurado na yung realtor nyo would put what you want on there, basahin nyo. Yun yung recommendation ko. Next slide, please.
Okay, I think that's who it is.
So, ang susunod dyan is yung deposit versus down payment. Meron ng difference yun. Ang deposit is it's actually your good faith intention to purchase the property. Yan po yung nakabindin. Payable upon subject removal. Siya po yung ibibigay either sa broker, sa realty company as your deposit. Ito po yung pag hindi natuloy yung transaction, yan po ang mafo-forfeit. Pero ano po yan it's an initial payment, a show of good faith that you're really serious about making the purchase, at yun nga, expose siya if the transaction does not push through. Ano naman po yung down payment? Yung down payment po is what the bank requires, and it depends on the purchase price. If the purchase price is $500,000 and lower, you're only required to pay a down payment of 5%. So it goes up in increments as the purchase price increases. Pag nasa 1,000,000 na po, 20% na po yan. And sometimes po, nire-require po tayo ng lender na magbayad ng mortgage default insurance. para makahiram tayo at ang down payment natin ay nasa 5% or 10% or whatever that is. So minsan kinakausap ko ng kliyente ko, sabi niya, ay nako, kung alam ko lang, meron pala akong mortgage default insurance. Di sana I just came up with that money. So yun yung mga importanteng information at knowledge na kailangang i-communicate nyo sa mortgage broker para ma-communicate sa lender. Kasi kung kaya nyo naman palang mag-down payment ng mas malaki para hindi na kayo magbayad ng mortgage default insurance, maybe that's better. Yung mortgage default insurance, hindi naman kasi siya kailangan bayaran right away. Ano yan, part yan ng loan, kasama siya sa loan, tapos sinespread out for 25 years. Pero yun pa rin yan utang siya, idadagdag siya dun sa mahihiram mo na pera at babayaran mo siya long term. Pero but if it's something that you can borrow interest-free, and if you can, out of pocket, kaya mo nang ibigay, then I think that's the best way to do it. Next slide, please. Okay, punta naman tayo dun pa sa isang sobrang importante na part ng contract. Yun yung subject removal. At nakakatakot right now kasi marami pong mga buyers dahil sobrang harting market. Hindi na nagbibigay sila ng subject-free na offer. So what does that mean? Lahat ng nilagay ko dito, wala yan. Walang subject to satisfactory financing, property disclosure, inspection report, title search, strata documents, home inspection. Wala po yan. Pero ano po yan protection po yan ng buyer. But anyway, it's a conversation between you and your realtor depending on how you really love the house. Kung sobrang gusto nyo, baka pwedeng mag-subject free. Pero no na you're buying it, merong konting risk. Dahil baka what you get is hindi yun yung na-consider nyo. So ano naman yung nilalagay usually sa subject removal? Yung isa subject to obtaining satisfactory financing. Kung nakakuha po kayo ng mortgage approval, hindi na po yan problema. Kasi okay na kayo sa satisfactory. Meron na kayong financing. So number 2, so pag for example, hindi kayo nakakuha ng satisfactory financing, satisfactory is one way. If it's satisfactory to you, you get an interest rate of 1.25 ang wish list nyo, pero nakuha nyo 2%, meron pong medyo konting problema. Hindi na po yan satisfactory sa inyo and therefore you can back out. Yun po yung advantage in putting that clause in. Subject to approving a property disclosure statement. One note about property disclosure statement. If you are buying a rental property, yung owner po ay hindi po makakapagbigay ng property disclosure statement sa inyo. Bakit po? Dahil po hindi po siya tumira doon and he cannot truthfully say or comment about the state of the property.
Okay, so unfortunately, we just lost her. While we're waiting for her to come back, I just wanted to share something about the subject fee. This subject fee is a controversial topic right now. Controversial, and it's a great opportunity. So the opportunity, oh, wait, she's back. Hi, Melissa, thank you for joining us. Yeah, sorry we lost you. I just wanted to touch base on that subject fee because as we lost you, I might as well share my thoughts on that one. We get a lot of questions. When we make an offer, my realtor said go subject free. And for us as mortgage professionals, we cannot tell you go ahead. That's a great idea. We're not allowed to say that. Why? Going subject free is your choice. As a professional, my job is to tell you what's the challenge and where's the opportunity. So the opportunity, of course, is you'll be able to be going in your offer head to head because other buyers are going in subject free as well. So you have a little bit of an edge. Does it guarantee that you're going to win? No, because other buyers may also be going subject free. Now, the challenge in going subject free, obviously, is if for some reason the property doesn't work out for you, whether it's financing, whether it's legal stuff that Melissa will see, or during the inspection, or anything comes up with the property, you cannot back out. That is why we cannot, in good conscience, tell you that it's a great idea to go subject free, because there's so many things we don't know that we don't know. As a professional, we will tell you everything looks good and all of that stuff. But again, there's only there if there's a possibility that something will go wrong, the answer is always yes, because the possibility, even if it's 1%, it's still a possibility. So it's your choice, it's your decision. As long as you go in with your eyes wide open, that is what you're going to be doing. The bad thing is going in subject free and you don't know the pros and cons, the benefits and the challenges. So that's where it's at. So Melissa, back to you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Bernadette. Yeah, tama. I agree. I totally agree. It's really risky. Risky talaga siya. So, hindi namin siya nire-recommend. Kasi mahirap Mahirap yung buying something that you're not sure of or you don't even know what you're buying. It's really there for your protection, yung subject free na yan. It's your due diligence period and you give it up. So, yung sinasabihan ko, palagi ko sinasabi, it's really your decision. I really advise you against it, is what I say. So, yes. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So I continue. So in property disclosure report, I think you heard me say na if it's a rental property, baka hindi kayo makakuha ng property disclosure statement dahil nga hindi niya alam ang state ng property. Subject to receiving and approving an inspection report, katulad ng home inspection. Importante po ang home inspection, baka po may mga damages like water damage, hindi po yan visually makikita minsan. So meron pong special instrument ang mga home inspectors natin to look at the ceilings and the floors to see or to gauge whether there's water there. So you're giving that up if you go subject free. Tapos approving a title search, baka pala merong certificate of pending litigation, which I will talk about later. O kaya merong lien, tobacco, tax lien. I had a client who had that notation dun sa title niya. So what we did is kasi it was the city of Richmond, so we had to contact the city of Richmond to find out more about that. Sabi ng city of Richmond, this had a validity of 1 year. So 1 year pala, 2006, 2007, wala na yung law. So, but we had to do a registration, a discharge of that lien. I'm not sure if a notary will do or can do that for you, but yeah, it's one of the things that a lawyer can do for you. We can look at those notations in the title to see if it's concerning or to see if it's something that can be removed or to even explain to you what it actually means. Tapos, receiving and approving all strata documents, importante. Kasi meron akong mga client, hindi nila alam, may litigation pala yung strata dun sa property na gusto nilang bilhin. That's very important kasi pag natalo yung strata sa litigation, sinong magbabayad? Yung owners. So, ibig sabihin nun, there will be a special levy or a special assessment. And if that levy or special assessment is unpaid by you, they can put a lien on the property. And sometimes this could be as staggering as 50,000 or as little as 6,000. So, minsan yung mga lender, very wary sila dyan. If they see from the strata documents, hindi mo kasi makita sa title if they can see from the strata documents that there is an ongoing litigation. So again, it's very, itong provision on subject, on terms, on the subjects, that's very important. And I will caution you against removing that. If we can go to the next slide, please.
Next slide.
Okay. So,
Oops.
pass.
There you go.
So, taxes and exemptions. Ito po yung kailangan you have to familiarize yourselves with the taxes that are payable when you purchase a property. Unang-una yung property transfer tax. Ano po ba yun? Kung kayo po ay first-time home buyer, meron po kayong property transfer tax exemption. Pero ang sinasabi ko kasi minsan yung mga tao iniisip nila, ay, first time home buyers ako. First time home buyer ako. Pero yung bibili nila 600,000, hindi na po pasok yun. So ang limit lang for used properties 500,000. For new development 750,000. So may thresholds po yan na hindi po nakakahabol sa market. Kasi ang mahal masyado ng mga houses ngayon na valueless na yung first-time home buyer incentive. Although, meron rin namang implications yun with the approval. Kasi pag first-time home buyer ka, importante rin yun sa lender at bibigyan ka niya ng leeway because you're a first-time home buyer. Although, meron kang babayaran na property transfer tax dahil lampas na sa 500,000. So, ang computation ng PTT is 1% for the first 200,000 and 2% for the balance. For example, 600,000 yung bahay, so 2,000 plus the balance of 400,000 times 2% is 8,000. So meron po kayong babayaran na PTT na 10,000. Ano po yung second na po ako sa GST? Ano po yung GST? GST is a sales tax and it is payable on new development, so additional 5% pa po yan. And on substantially renovated property. So meron po akong recent client na meron siyang na substantially renovated pala yung property. Tapos hindi na consider yung GST sa purchase price. Pero ang ginawa na lang ng seller is sinabi na lang na included yung GST sa purchase price. But that has implications on the documentation kasi papalitan namin lahat. Like for example, ano yung purchase price? Dapat wala kasi GST. So papalitan namin yung Form B, mag-iiba yung computation. So dapat talaga at the first instance ma-determine kung talagang if GST is payable. So that's that. The third one is capital gains. Okay, ito naman po yung mga nagdedenta ng property. Kung kayo po ay if you are selling your principal residence, you have a capital gains exemption. So ibig sabihin po noon wala po kayong income taxes or capital gains taxes na babayaran for that for selling the property. Ngayon po, kung kayo po ay magbebenta ng rental na property, meron na pong capital gains yon. Pero yung capital gains kasi hindi siya simple. Kasi yung computation niya, at the time na pinarenta mo yung property, sabihin natin, binili mo yung property 1990 at 200,000. Tapos, pinarenta mo ng year 2010 at ano na siya, ang presyo niya ay 1 million. Tapos, binenta mo ng sabihin natin 2022 at 2 million. So yung gain po hindi from 200,000 to 2 million, but it's only from 1 million to 2 million. So pero po konting caveat, I am not an accountant, I am not a tax lawyer. So it's better we collaborate with the accountants and sometimes tax lawyers to determine these things para po sigurado kayo kung ano po yung payable nyo. Tapos meron po mga rules dyan Capital gains will be paid 1 year after the next tax year. Tapos hindi ko alam kung pwede pa siya ma-spread into a number of years, but that's a conversation between you and your accountant. Ano naman po yung additional property transfer taxes? Kung kayo po ay foreign buyer, if you're a foreign national, if you're a foreign corporation, or if you're a taxable trustee, yung property transfer tax po, meron pa po yung additional property transfer taxes. So ano po yun? It's 15% of the market value. So parang times 2 po ang babayaran nyo ng konti. So property transfer tax, the usual computation, 1% for first 200,000, 2% for the balance, above 2 million, 3% na. Dadagdagan mo pa ng 15% of the market value for the additional property transfer taxes. Pero if in the following areas, Capital Regional District, Fraser Valley, Metro Vancouver, Central Okanagan, District of Nanaimo, 20% na po yan. Kaya po talagang you can see the intention here of the provincial government kasi Ministry of Finance to really dissuade the foreign buyers because it is their perception that those foreign buyers are the one making the prices of homes higher, na hindi na siya magiging hindi na siya magiging affordable. So yun po. Tapos yung foreign buyers tax, that's an additional 20% sa mga foreign buyers natin. Pero papag-usapan namin later ni Bernadette kasi meron pong development dito that will further shed light on these issues. So if we can go to the next slide. Okay. So, meron akong mga frequently asked questions, usually from my clients, and from people who want to use my services, mortgage brokers, realtors. Tinatanong nila, why is it important to hire a lawyer to buy property? Kasi nga may mga notaryo. So, iniisip nila cheaper yung notaryo. Ang lawyer kasi, we provide yung service namin, hindi lang limited dun sa four corners ng contract or dun sa conveyancing. We look at a lot of issues. Kasi nga, like what I said earlier, there is an intersection of different laws when you're buying a property. For example, merong family law na involved dyan, merong wills and estates, merong corporation law. Hindi po kayo matutulungan ng notary kasi hindi sila allowed magbigay ng legal advice. So pag lawyer pong kinuha nyo, lahat po ng mga tanong nyo, pwede pong sagutin. Hindi lang po pwedeng sagutin, pwede rin pong solusyonan. Bibigyan po kayo ng lawyer ng options as to how you can best meet that issue or that problem. So, kumbaga yung binabayad nyo, I think, sobrang sulit. Kasi we can address all of those issues for you that your notary may not have the time or the knowledge or the information to advise you effectively. Yung pangalawa pong tanong, what are the services you provide? So I provide the conveyancing service, full range ng service yon, and like I said, I also answer questions on family law, on wills and estate. So kumbaga, when you get me as your lawyer, we have a lifelong relationship. Meaning, I can be your go-to person for any question that you may have on either the transaction that you are undertaking or kung meron pa kayong ibang legal questions, kasama na rin po yan sa services ko. Ang hindi lang po kasama ay litigation. Meron po akong mga clients na lumalapit sa akin, sinasabi nila sa akin, anong gagawin ko? Yung binili ko, hindi ko pala gusto or nagli-leak or hindi dinisclose. If it's going to litigation, hindi ko na po hinahandle yun. But I do have lawyers that I can recommend for you. Pero titignan ko po muna yung documentation to see if it's something that I can handle. Kasi po, more than anything, I do settlements. I'm a settlement lawyer. I don't believe in going to court because that is very expensive for you. Just to give you an idea, filing a case in court, when you're on a trial, $10,000 po per day yun. So I believe in the effectivity and the power of settlement. So, yun po. So what to expect? Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, Melissa, to disturb you. We have hi, Harold. Good day. Thank you so much for joining us today. And Harold is wondering if he can ask some questions or for looking for advice. And this is the perfect time for me to segue into that because Melissa has just mentioned that, yeah, she's more than able to answer some questions. So feel free, anybody, everyone, type it in here. I'm pretty sure if it's something that we can easily answer, we will do so. However, if it requires a further deeper consultation legally, Melissa will share that information with you. So Harold, yeah, type in your questions and we will make sure we answer that. Go ahead, Melissa.
Yeah, thank you, Bernadette. Yeah, Harold, yeah, feel free to ask. Absolutely, no problem. So what to expect during the residential purchase? It's your biggest investment. It could be an enjoyable experience if you do it right the first time. So, pag bumili po kayo ng bahay, you think, okay, I got my dream house. Done. Hindi po. Marami po yan. You have to pay utilities. Yung utilities po is a charge from the city. Iba-iba po yan. From Richmond to Surrey to Burnaby.
Unfortunately, we just lost her again. She will be joining us shortly. So, yeah, with regards to the services that a lawyer and notary provide, I hope you heard it clearly. Sometimes if you make a choice between a notary and a lawyer because of the money, it's usually the wrong choice. Hey, Melissa, thank you for coming back. But if you are choosing because of something higher than money, a higher value like expertise, being able to go above and beyond the four corners of the contract, you'll be able to touch the different areas, different law areas, then she, I think, expressed that for you. So go ahead, Melissa. Please continue. Let's put up the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So what to expect during the residential purchase, meron po kayong utilities na babayaran, meron pong property taxes, yearly po yun. Pag may question po kayo sa property taxes nyo, makukuha nyo po yun every May. Tapos ang deadline po to pay this 2022 is on July 5. Kailangan nyo kuhanin ang homeowners grant. Yan po yung mga hindi po in-explain sa atin, magugulat na lang tayo. Pero yeah, I can help you with that if you have any questions. Email niya lang ako, send me a copy of the property taxes and I'll help you know what to do. Tapos, you also expect that your investment will grow, meaning your wealth will grow. Yun po yung talagang advantage of being a homeowner rather than a renter. Kasi yung mga bahay dito, they are appraised like $100,000 per year. I'm not talking absolutes, hindi naman po to 100% na ganun. But ang galing ng appreciation ng property values here in British Columbia. So yun po yung what to expect. So tips to first-time home buyers, do it now. The prices are rising, so you have to get into the market. And then you have to protect your credit. Pay balances right away, walang late payments para wala kayong deduction sa credit rating nyo, credit standing nyo, and for your down payment para hindi na magtanong kung saan makukuha yung down payment kung kailangan siyang hiramin, hindi na magiging issue. And what to look for in a property or contract to make sure home buyers won't miss anything. Well, first off, your realtor will protect you. They will give you what your family needs. So what to look for in a property, usually ang go-to dyan, realtor. What about the contract? Yung ibang hindi nakikita is yung isa kang client, may limit pala yung number ng tao na pwedeng tumira dun sa bahay. And napansin ni Strata na instead of 3 people, 4 silang nakatira dun. So what they had to do is to sell the property. I mean, oh my God. So parang you just bought the property of your dreams and then you suddenly get a notice from Strata basically evicting you dahil hindi kayo nagko-comply with their rules. So yun po yung mga small details, yung nitty-gritty that you will have to be aware of when purchasing property. So part po yan ng kontrata, part po yan ng review ng strata documents. So yun po yung mga importante. Next slide, please.
Before we go to the next one, Melissa, excuse me. So we have a question from Harold. I think this is perfect. It's your department. Good day, everyone. What will be... Okay, wait. Where is it? Paano ko pa madadala? We have to go to Harold's question. Paano ko ba madadala yung pera ko sa Pilipinas, pupunta dito para may pambili ako ng bahay? At ano yung maganda kong gawin ko? Melissa, do you know how to answer this question?
Yeah, I kind of did it because what I did is I sold my property in the Philippines. So, ang ginawa ko, I sold my property tapos nag-wire from bank to bank. Yun nga lang, may hold siya. I think 1 to 3 months is the rule. Pag may legitimate na reason naman, kumbaga kung may pinanggalingan yung funds, walang question. But I am not sure if hindi mo na kailangang i-declare. I think, pero baka if ever magtanong yung bangko, you just have to declare na from the sale of your property. Bernadette, meron kang example?
Yeah. So Melissa just questioned because I haven't experienced a big wire transfer. So in your particular, so are you saying that if they send the money from the Philippines to here, the bank will hold it for 1 to 2 months, even though it's a wire?
Meron akong experience na ganyan, pero meron din akong isang client. What I did is, I'm the lawyer for this client. I spoke with two banks. Hindi ko na babanggitin. So yung isa sabi, hindi ko mapapromise na hindi siya maho-hold. Tapos yung isa sabi, hindi, it will be hold free. Pumunta ako dun sa hold free. So it's a yes and a no, and it depends on your relationship or your lawyer's relationship with the bank, and your lawyer can best advise you kung saan pwedeng i-wire yun. So
Okay.
if hold, yes.
Okay.
Pero meron ding possibility pag nakipag-usap prior na hindi siya ma-subject sa hold.
Beautiful. Okay, so that was the answer. So I guess when you do that, contact your bank and ask what's the procedure for the wire transfer. The wire transfer is the best way versus draft or something. Okay. Second, in terms of buying a home, how does the bank view that? Two ways. First, if you're going to send the wire transfer and then you're going to use the money within right away, you're going to use the money within 30 days, 60 days, then they will need the source. Meaning, where did that money come from? They'll look for 3 months bank statement of the money in the Philippines. If it's your savings, if it's from the sale of the property, they will ask for the contract. In short, they will need to verify where that money come from because it's anti-money laundering. They're not saying they don't trust you. They're just saying this is the law and they have to comply because they get audited by higher ups as well. Okay. So let's say you did the wire transfer, there's no holds, and you're not going to use the money until 90 days later, then the bank is not going to ask for the source because it's seasoned money. It's been in your bank account for 90 days, so there's no more questions. So, Harold, I hope that answers that. So I'm going to switch in Tagalog para mas clear. So kung ipapadala mo yung pera now, and then hindi mo gagamitin until after 90 days, you're fine. Hindi mo kailangan sabihin yung source. Pero kung i-wire mo yung wire transfer now, tapos kailangan mo na yung funds less than 90 days, maybe 30 days, 60 days, kailangan nating i-explain kung saan po nanggaling yung pera. How about if your money came from agricultural? That was the follow-up question. I don't know what that means, Melissa. Agricultural meaning inane, maybe?
Sale of
inane. Farm. Okay. So go ahead, Melissa.
Yeah. Either from ane or from sale of a farmland. I think as long as he can provide the source of it, and if there's no question about it, and it's not money laundering, obviously,
yes,
then there won't be any problem.
That is exactly what it is. So let's say you're a farmer and you did a harvest and what have you, I still need to provide the source. So just because you said what it is, like it doesn't, I hope it's clear, Harold, it doesn't matter what you say to me as long as you can prove it. That's the thing. Like there's nothing that you can say to me that I have a choice not to prove. Kailangan kung patunayan sa bangko yung sinabi mo. The burden of proof is with you. So, kailangan nating patunayan. Kaya bago mo sabihin sa amin kung saan yung source on down payment, just make sure that we can back it up. That's it. And again, they're not saying that you're lying. They're just saying they have to cross their T's and dot their I's for the source. I hope that's clear. And then I'm just going to stick with Harold's question because it's kind of continuous. Paano ba kung madadala yung pera ko sa Pinas papunta dito para may pambili ako? Ay, that was part of that. Okay, I think that was it for Harold. There's no more follow-up for the Harold question, right? Team? Okay, so next question is from Mark. Good day, everyone. Hello. What will be the extent of the legal consultation? Will it be unlimited? And what are the channels of communication? Wow, that's broad. Melissa, that's yours.
Yes. Ang extent is, basta if it deals with teka lang, nawala yung screen ko. Anyway,
what will be the extent of legal consultation, and will it be unlimited, and what are the channels of communication?
So ang extent is as long as it deals with the conveyancing. that's fine. I can answer all of your questions, no problem. Extent of communications, if you have continuous questions about it, I can answer all of your questions if you have questions about it. Tapos, if yung channels of communication natin, it can be by email, it can be by phone. And yeah, yun yung ano. Sorry ha, kasi yung system ko nag-run out of memory. That's why you can't.
Oh, okay. So thank you. So we are attaching here Melissa's contact information, so you can do that. If I were you, if it's me, I'm just going to share with you how I would approach it. If I have questions, say I have two questions. I'm just not going to type Melissa those questions right away. I'll probably sit down and really think it through. Ano yung question? Why is that important? And if there's any further questions, because it's better for you to email her a list instead of send and then 2 hours later you'll send another one, and then 2 hours I'd send another one. It's probably going to be more confusing. So if you take the time to sit down and then send her a list, and then you guys can move forward from that. We've had a lot of clients that we work with Melissa over the years, so she's been super helpful. Thank you. I hope that answers this question. Next question, please. Can we post that? Okay. Hello, says Cas Le Familia. Good day, I have a question. What to do kung nag-down payment ka na sa new development property and the builder does not allow reselling of the property? What if hindi po nag-work out ang mortgage sa bank? Is there a way to get back the down payment? Ooh, Melissa, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you. Can you hear me? Okay naman.
Yes.
Hindi lang makita na, sorry. Anyway, we have to look at the terms of the contract kasi yun yung magko-control. If the down payment it can be refunded to you. Minsan kasi, if the builder does not allow reselling of the property, ibig sabihin yan assignment eh. You want to assign it, may mga builders na nagsasabi na hindi pwede magpa-assign, may mga builders na nagsasabi na may assignment fee, may mga builders na nag-built-in na dun sa kontrata na pwedeng i-assign. So ako, if you're going to buy a development property, yung pinaka-advantageous sa inyo, yung piliin nyo. Meaning, piliin nyo na yung pwede nyong i-assign yung property or pwede nyong i-resell yung development. As to the down payment, again, we have to look at the terms. So, send me your contract. I will let you know if there's a way. Pero typically, medyo hindi usually sila pumapayag. Masyadong stricto yung terms. You have to pull through. You have to wait until the property is ready to be, pag meron ka ng notice of completion, before you're able to do anything. So akin, pag wala talaga dun sa terms, i-complete mo. Complete the process, complete the purchase. Tapos, dun mo na lang i-resell pagkatapos, dun mo na lang i-resell when you've already purchased the property.
That's a good point, Melissa. So your first step, Cass, is to talk to Melissa, see if there's a way out. The second step is hopefully you talk to mortgage professionals like us. Because if you went to your bank, that's your only one option. If you come with work with us, we have multiple options. We deal with multiple banks, over 60 financial institutions. So we have an opportunity to look at the different options available for you. We have helped clients na hindi na approved sa financing sa banko, and we were able to help them find financing. So there's different options available. We are not limited to the bank. So if the choice is losing the money or finding financing elsewhere, which we've successfully done with others, we've been able to provide that solution. So hopefully that helps you with that, Kaz, and hopefully there's still time to find financing for you. Okay, are you back, Melissa?
I'm just here.
Okay.
Video ko lang office, sorry. I don't know how to. Hindi ako makita, so yun yung problem. See? Blank.
Oh, you can't see you. Okay.
Anyways.
All right, so we can keep going. So the next question is, hi, Karen. Thanks, Karen. Melissa, Karen, I don't know. Magkano po ang charge? Question, magkano po ang charge sa pagkuha ng service ng attorney? Melissa.
Yeah, this is a frequent question. So what I do, is I give them a fee schedule from my law firm. Typically 1395 for purchases 1.5 million and under. So what does that include? It includes the lawyer's fees, the taxes, the all of the fees to be paid to the land title office, except for yung lender kasi may mga requirements siya. So yun ang hindi kasama sa computation ng ng fee namin. So ano yung lender requirements? That's title insurance, that's the tax search, that's the insurance binder o yung fire insurance na tinatawag, yung mga strata fees nyo, syempre po, hindi po namin babayaran yung strata fees nyo and move-in fees. So, additional po yan. So, we typically ask you to prepare siguro 2,500, sobra-sobra na yun, for the closing cost. Tapos, pag new development, 1,495 yung charge na.
Yeah. I love that question. As mga Filipino, we're very, very concerned about the cost. I'm going to tell you a story. I have some clients who pick because of the price, and then unfortunately, you get what you pay for. Sometimes I find that professionals who go cheap, the service comes with the cheapness. So we've had situations when the client picks the cheapest option, and then we've had issues with financing, meaning they don't know what they're doing, or because they're rock bottom price, they just do whatever, and everything is hurried, meaning hindi na professionally done, and minsan nagkakaproblema, hindi kami nagko-close in time. So you get what you pay for. So hopefully when you hear the fee, the other thing is most of the time it's very similar. Like what Melissa has said, it's including a lot of things already. And then you go to call another one who would say it's only $900, okay? And then it's plus this, plus. At the end of the day, umabot na ng 1,700. So there's more to it. So when it comes to finding a lawyer, price should not be your criteria, okay? Your criteria should be somebody who is a professional, who's an expert, who's been referred. Now, let's just say Melissa is here and you don't know her, okay? However, based on the information that she shared here, you feel like you can trust her. What's the next option for you to find out if she's really trustworthy? Then first, you could go to her and ask for a referral, like, other people who she's helped. So maybe you can do that. The second thing is probably go to her website and look at the Google reviews and what have you. The third is maybe ask your friends and family if they've dealt with her in the past. So for us, we've been working with Melissa for, I don't know, going to 3 years now, 4 years. And so far, most of our clients have worked with her. Sometimes there's 20, 30 clients a month. And they've been very happy. She's been very caring. That's why she's here. So those are my words. And Melissa is not paying us for every time we refer someone. We don't believe in that because if we are referring Melissa because of the money, most likely that's a wrong approach. So hopefully that helps. Money is important, but it should not be number one in your criteria for looking for a professional. So there you go. Next question that we have, I think it's from June. Right? So the question is, hi from Winnipeg, first-time home buyer. Pwede patulong makautang ng bahay, hindi kami na-approve po sa bank. Oh my gosh. June, yes na yes. We are able to help our kababayans across Canada. So we're sending you a link here. We have 4 mortgage strategy managers who's helped hundreds and hundreds of people like you. So please book a time and they'll be more than happy to help you. Like, be upfront about your challenges, and we will make sure that we take care of you, okay? So I think those were the questions. Did I miss anyone? June, we're looking forward to help you. I think we are going to go back to the presentation. I think we still have a few questions there, right?
All right. Thank you, Bernadette. So I'll jump straight to the issues. Joint tenants or tenancy in common. My clients always ask me, kasi meron akong questionnaire na pinapadala sa kanila, whether they want to be registered as joint tenants or as tenants in common. Ang difference is pag may nawala, pag may namatay, Yung joint tenants po, automatic po na nagro-roll over yung property to the joint owner. Ang kakailanganin lang po ng Land Title Office ay ang death certificate at matatransfer na po ang title. What does that mean? It means that you avoid probate fees, hindi na kailangan ng will, hindi na kailangan ma-probate yung will, wala na kayong kailangan i-prove sa Land Title Office para ma-transfer yung property sa joint owner nyo. Ano naman ang tenants in common? Tenants in common, let's say 33% kay ate, 33% kay kuya, 33% kay bunso. May nawala sa kanila, nawala si kuya. So yung kay kuya, dahil tenant in common siya, pupunta siya dun sa estate. So sa estate, meaning i-distribute according to the terms of the will. So kailangan may will. Kailangan ma-probate yung will, tapos kailangan maka-appoint ng executor, tapos yung executor will be transferring the property in accordance with the terms of the will. So, ibig po sabihin nun, marami pong steps, pero depende rin po kasi yan kasi depende yan sa purposes nyo. Meron akong mga tenants in common na 99%, 1%, to take advantage of the first-time home buyer. Yun yung ginagawa nila. 99% dun sa first-time home buyer, 1% dun sa property owner na. So, pag-uusapan po natin yan kung ano po yung pinaka-advantageous po sa inyo. Yun po ang gagawin natin. What do friends do when they own a property together? Marami pong kaibigan, nagpo-pull po sila ng funds, tapos bumili po sila ng property. Okay po yan. Okay po yan na strategy to build wealth. Pero, kailangan po, meron po kayong kontrata. Ang ibig sabihin ng kontrata, what I do with my clients is I have a co-ownership agreement with them, which identifies yung percentage nila. So for example, apat na magkakaibigan, tigta 25%. So, ang ibig pong sabihin nun is merong kasulatan kung magkano yung contribution, kung magkano yung hatian, kung may down payment ba, yun unang babayaran. Tapos, ang pinaka-importante sa akin, na nilalagay ko is the right of first refusal. Kasi apat kayong magkakapatid, nag-away kayo, may isa kayong hindi na, ayaw nyo na siyang makasama. So, ang gagawin niya, ang pwede niyang gawin na ibenta lang sa inyo bago pumunta sa isang third person. What does that mean? Meaning you have the right to buy first, to buy her out first before she goes to a third person na hindi niyo kilala, na hindi niyo gusto. So it preserves the integrity of the common property. So I think importante po yan. Kaya that's why we go into that. So property has a certificate pending litigation on it, what to do. Meaning, it's a subject of litigation. Usually, pag may mga divorce, nagpa-file po sila ng CPL para hindi mabenta yung property. So, ang sinasabi ko po dyan sa mga realtor kong kaibigan or kaya sa mga nagtatanong sa akin na clients, don't touch it. Mahirap po kasi pag may certificate of pending litigation kasi po nagre-remain po yan sa title until the CPL is discharged. And how is it discharged? It is just discharged when there is an order from the court saying that the CPL can be discharged. Alam niyo naman po, the rules of justice, the wheels of justice turn slowly here, well, anywhere. So, pwede pong mga 5 years, tapos binili niya yung property, nandun pa rin yung PPL, mahirap pong ibenta kasi nga, ganun pa rin po yung advice ko, don't touch. So, kung ganun po yung, kung magkakaroon po kayo ng ganung problema, kung makakakita naman po kayo ng ibang property, I'd rather that you buy that other property, other than that property with the CPL. Okay. Pang-apat na tanong, daughter or son, not in mortgage, but you want to give them their due share, what to do? Meron po ako mga clients na merong, for example, 2 anak, pero yung isa bad ang credit, yung isa good ang credit. So sasama nila sa mortgage yung good ang credit, pero paano na po yung bad ang credit? Ang ginagawa ko po is gumagawa ko ng bare trust agreement, meaning yung anak po na wala po sa title, yung share po niya is being held in trust by the other sibling. So pwede ko po yung i-explain sa inyo pag nag-usap po tayo or nakita po tayo, para tingnan niyo po kung if it's appropriate for your needs. Pero that's one way to protect yung rights po ng isa niyo pong anak. Hindi po kasi natin masasabi, like okay yung relationship ng magkapatid, walang problema. Pero paano po yung mga third party, meaning mga asawa? Minsan kasi pag may pumapasok na third party, medyo nagiging magulo. Tapos, hindi na po protect yung rights. So, ito po yung isang way para po yung wishes nyo to have them, to give them what is due to them, yung share nila sa property nyo is ma-protect. Yun po. Tapos yung iba po yung separating what to do. If you are undergoing a divorce or a separation, ang ginagawa ko po is I draft a separation agreement. So the separation agreement outlines what needs to be done to the property. Una, ina-outline ko na kailangan siyang, kung yun ang desisyon na, i-list for sale. Kung ibibenta, tapos nakalagay dun sa separation agreement kung magkano yung down payment ni wife, magkano down payment ni husband kung meron. So, yun ang unang babayaran bago mag-distribute ng proceeds. Inuuna po muna natin to bago po ibenta yung bahay para po malinaw. Kasi minsan, ginagamit ng leverage ng mag-asawa na gusto nilang makaganti doon sa partner nila. And this is kind of one way that they do it. So, it's better that, you're not selling the property yet. You have not listed it for sale yet. You have to put these things in order before you move forward with the sale of the property. Yun lang po yung advice ko. Next slide, please.
Before we go next slide, thank you so much. There's a wealth of wonderful information in that one. I think that was very, very helpful. Shirley, hi Shirley, thank you for joining us. And Shirley has a question. It is, what would you advise to a buyer who finally got hold of their house, but with damaged floor? The damage wasn't there when they viewed it initially. The seller nor the realtors are not willing to pay or help. The estimated damage is $8,000. Okay.
Ang advice ko is to check dun sa, was it inspected? Was there a home inspection? And if there was a home inspection, kung nakalagay ba yung damage na yon. Minsan kasi yung mga home inspector nakakatch nila yon. Tapos ini-include nila sa report. Kung wala. Number 2 is insurance. See if it's something that can be covered by your insurance. Check nyo sa insurance kung if it's a covered, if it's one of the covered clauses. Tapos, if you have a positive or a negative response, then we look at your options. Sabi mo nga, ayaw magbayad ni seller, ayaw magbayad ni realtor. I think ang pwedeng gawin dito is 1, either litigate, or 2, try to settle. Kasi kung 8,000, sabihin mo, okay, I will shoulder 4,000. If the seller can just shoulder 2,000 and the realtor can shoulder 2,000. I think minsan pag bumababa yung presyo, and if they're not, if they are not liable for the whole of the amount, if say you're willing to share a portion of the amount, that may be yan yung way to solve the problem.
So I like that suggestion. So first of all, check your inspection. Second, check your insurance, and then third, check with a lawyer if there's a way for you to find a settlement. But don't go to the lawyer without checking those 2 options, because they'll probably say that to you. So thank you, Shirley. That was a good question, and hopefully Melissa was able to give that clarification for you. Melissa, let's go back to your presentation.
All right. Okay. So should you hire a lawyer or should you hire a notary? So notaries are only entitled to provide legal advice in their areas of law, which is fairly limited. Ano lang po sila? Wills and estates lang po sila, and conveyancing. Hindi po sila makakapagbigay ng other advice sa inyo, particularly legal advice. Pangalawa, lawyers have a wide range of practice areas and expertise. Katulad po ng pinag-usapan po natin, marami pong facets ang conveyancing. Hindi po siya simple. Mukha po siyang simple pero hindi, dahil ang dami pong pumapasok na ibang areas of law at ibang areas ng buhay. So yan po yung pinaprovide namin na service. Parang siya, it's a global review of all your needs and all your expectations. Pangatlo, notaries may turn to lawyers for legal advice. Sa amin din po sila pupunta para po humingi ng legal advice. Tapos baka po i-charge kayo. Kasi po i-charge namin sila. So para mawala na po yung line na yon, you can just go directly to a lawyer. And of course, lawyers can spot issues as they arise or prior. Pwede namin makita, substantially renovated pala to, but walang GST. So we will raise that issue and pwedeng ma-solve kagad yung issues for the documentation. And next slide, please. I think it's the end. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Bernadette. Hope everyone. everyone has learned something.
Well, thank you very much, Melissa. I'm pretty sure that our viewers enjoyed that and learned so much. Shirley said no damage during inspection, and thank you to us. Thank you, Melissa. And for me, before I summarize the things that I think like people would be valuable to everyone, just a reminder: we have a first-time homebuyer webinar, English edition, due to public demand on April 21st, 6:30 to 8:30 Pacific time. A lot of people have requested this because I'm getting old. I've been in the industry 20 years, and now it's the children and the grandchildren of our past clients would like to buy homes. And because they've been around in Canada for a while, they would prefer to have the webinar in English. So there's that. And also some of our clients, friends, and families who do not speak the Tagalog language are asking for that because apparently there's a thirst, there's a demand to do the first-time homebuyer webinar in English. So we are delivering you based on your request. So that is happening on April 21st. Please register. It's free, and I'm pretty sure that you will get great value. Okay, so there's no other questions. So Melissa, I really value your presentation. First of all, you touched a very, very controversial topic about subject free. And then you talked about the cost, which of course, as a first-time home buyer, that's very important. You want to know your budget, what have you. So that was amazing that you broke it down. I hope a lot of people took their pens and calculators to keep track of those. And if you need more clarification about that, you can certainly talk to us again, book an appointment with your mortgage strategy manager, and they can help you with that. The thing is, the issues that you talked about, I think those things have come up many, many times. That's why you brought that up. So the co-ownership, the reason why I found that very fascinating is that seems to be one of the strategies that a lot of people have done. As you've seen, prices have gone up significantly, and sometimes two incomes is not enough. And so there has been a lot of collaboration between family members, friends, buying properties together. So Melissa has given you indications of how can that be successful. So if that is your choice of the matter, buying properties together, just go in with eyes wide open. Make sure you talk to a lawyer on how to draft it. It's like a prenup, right? So the best time to lay out all the ground rules is before you get into the collaboration, before buying together, not during or after, because by then it's too late. And then when you mentioned something about the certificate of pending litigation. So guys, sometimes in your zeal and excitement and passion to buy a property, you fall in love. Sometimes when you see something there that may be a red flag, you brush it off. Melissa told you, if there's a certificate of pending litigation, if there's something already there before you go in, just trust that there will be a better property. Because if there's already a problem before you go in, what could possibly be in addition to that? So be very, very mindful of that advice. And then the separation agreement. It's very important for that to be done legally. Again, sometimes Filipinos or even other people may want to just settle amicably, meaning not put it in writing, not have it legally. So I'm going to tell you a story so that hopefully this will stick to your mind and you guys not do that. So studies have shown that a lot of relationships, 50% don't end up amicably over time. And this particular couple, they parted ways and they just agreed that they're going to sell the property, and then they agreed on how much the wife is going to get, and the husband took most of the money. Fast forward 5 years later, the ex-wife, married somebody else who is more legally savvy, or I don't know, knew more. Of course, they opened it up and they realized it wasn't done properly. So they went back and sued the ex-husband. And obviously what what is it going to be? They base it on certain more losses because over time the property value, whatever. So the moral lesson of the story is please make sure that get it done legally. Whether you're buying together, whether you're separating, make sure it's done legally. So those are the key things I got from what you talked about today. And again, and there's a question all of a sudden from Bebot. Hi, Bebot. Nice to see you. Thank you. Paano kung walang prenup at only one party is dealing with the mortgage ever since? Oo. Melissa, how do you do that?
Under family law, the spouses are entitled to 50% of the family property. So pag walang cohabitation agreement, pag for example hindi ka nag-waiver sa mga sa old properties mo or property na minana mo and vice versa, ang rule doon sa old property, sabihin natin, is that you get 50% of the increase in value. May minana ka na 500,000, nagpakasal kayo, nag-increase na value ng 1 million, entitled yung partner mo sa 250,000. That's for old properties. For new properties, okay, bumili kayo, wala kayong kasulatan, hindi ka nagbanggit ng down payment, Bebot, so hindi ko na i-consider yung down payment. Pero isa lang ang nagbabayad ng mortgage. Okay, medyo unfair. Pero the law says that kung ano man ang the family property should be divided straight down the middle equally. Pero kung i-argue mo sa court that you are entitled to unequal division, meron kasing ganun eh. Pwedeng, it could be unequally divided dahil sinabi mo nga dito, ikaw lang yung nagbabayad ng, or yung isang party lang ang nagbabayad ng mortgage, yun lang, it's subject to proof. So, ang ibig sabihin nun is offhand, the general rule, 50-50 kayo. Kung makakausap mo naman yung, for example, maghihiwalay.
Sorry about that. I'm pretty sure she's going to join us in a minute. So, Bebot, I am very curious of how she's going to approach that as well. And minsan there's Melissa. Hi, Melissa.
Sorry, I don't know why it keeps doing that. It keeps.
It's good to give us suspense. That's what it is. We have to. I was like sitting with myself, like, oh my God, I need to hear what she's gonna say. Go ahead.
Yun nga, amicable, not amicable. Yung amicable, sinabi niya siya lang nagbabayad ng mortgage. So, ang ginagawa namin, nagne-negotiate kami. Sabihin naman yung proceeds, sige, okay lang ba na 70%? Dun siya talagang nagbabayad ng mortgage. 30% dun sa hindi. Or pwede niyong paliitin, depende kung how reasonable you both are. Pero pag hindi amicable yan, nako, they will fight tooth and nail. Tooth and nail to get at least 50%, minsan more pa. So, anong advice ko? Have something in writing. If things are well, that's the best time to do it kasi receptive pa sila to suggestions, to a reasonable suggestion of just papering the actual arrangement. Pero yun nga lang, warning ko lang, minsan kasi konting it rocks the boat. Minsan deal breaker. Kasi syempre parang, hihiwalayan mo ako, ganun ba ang plano? So minsan nagkakaproblema. So we approach it with caution. Kasi that's what the situation demands. So depende sa mga sitwasyon. Pero yeah, general rule, 50-50. Pangalawang rule, pwedeng pag-usapan kung kayang makausap yung kabilang side. Pangatlong rule, have it papered. Have it written down para pag nagpalit ng utak, meron kang mapakita na meron kayong kasulatan.
Ayan. So hopefully, and then Melissa, follow up. So let's say, ano yung rule? Kailan 50-50 kapag nagli-live-in? Like they didn't get married. Does the 50-50 rule still stick? Kung common law lang, they didn't get married?
Correct. Ang common law relationship kasi dito is defined as persons living in a marriage-like relationship for a period of at least 2 years. So,
2 years.
So, nag-run na yung 2 years. You are already in the game. Your property is subject to a 50-50% division. So, ang sinasuggest ko dyan, mag-cohabitation agreement. Yun yung agreement between common law spouses.
Wow.
So yeah, yun yung what I recommend. Cohabitation.
Okay, thank you for that. Hi, Joy. Thank you for joining us. So we have a question here, and no, I don't think we've had that question before. Not sure kung natanong na, okay ba na bumili ng unit na narimata ng bank, ano ang pros and cons? Foreclosure, it sounds like foreclosure, Melissa?
Mm-mm. So foreclosure property, ano bang experience ko sa foreclosure property? Nako, ang hirap kasi sa foreclosure minsan, so pumapayag yung lender kasi it's sold for less than the market value. Except minsan yung owner, nakatira pa doon, kailangang i-evict. So I had an experience where a client bought a foreclosure property and the owner did not want to live. So they had to call in RCMP, they had to call in yung mga officers para ilabas yung owner. So good idea, value for your money, except da baka may headaches kasi. Baka kasi merong squatter or tenanted or yung owner bitter, ayaw umalis. So kung kaya mo ng ganong challenge, i-face yung ganong challenge, well and good. Kung kaya ng kasi ano yun eh, kanya-kanyang tibay ng dibdib. Kung kaya mo, naku, okay lang sa'yo. Then go ahead.
I love what you said, Melissa. So this is when the due diligence process comes in. Joy, thank you for asking the question. So basically what's going to happen is this, Joy, this is something, a territory that is not familiar to you and to the rest of your people. So my recommendation is this: when you're about to do that, contact your professionals, because your mortgage strategy manager, meaning us, Joy, we have experience about this. We've been successful in helping people with a strategy with purchasing a foreclosure. There's pros and cons, so we will share that with you. Your realtor may have experience about foreclosures as well. That will be added to your wisdom pool, ika nga. And then Melissa will also give you her past experience, and you add it to your wisdom pool. Once you have all of that addition, then you can have an informed decision, right? Kasi nga, everybody, all of us has had that experience. So ang answer is, Joy, there are some people who were successful in getting that done, and then some people who did not have a great experience. So for us, we're just going to share your experience and what are the things that you should check and shouldn't check and do and wouldn't do. So hopefully that answers that question. And then Bebot has another question, which is, having a will is not enough to protect the property for my kids. I guess this is a follow-up with the 50-50 from earlier na walang kasulatan. Melissa?
Well, it depends. We have to look at the will to see if it was properly done. That's one. Two, anything can happen. Kasi usually minsan yung will, the first instance it goes to the spouse. So let's say spouse muna tapos children. Or minsan kasi nagde-divide sila, spouse plus children. Tapos yung iba diretso na sa children. So it depends kung ano nakalagay. Kung to your spouse, baka kasi pag nawala ka, nag-remarry siya, magbabago lahat. So no, your children will not be protected in that instance. And two, anything can happen. Like for example, pwedeng bumuli ka ng second property, ibenta mo to, tapos or mawalan ka na ng property dahil binenta mo na yung property. So I guess consult a lawyer para you can have a global answer or resolution to all
that's a good point, because I've done my will. So basically, but here's what's going to happen. If you write a will and you just say something happens to you, it goes to the kids without really going through the proper channels or what have you, and your lawyer didn't really ask the proper questions, that can be contested, right? Because of family law, like Melissa said. You know, kasi nga, by law, 50-50. Tapos sinabi mo, pupunta sa anak mo. Well, you're in violation of the family law. So it's very important now, if you're going to do that, you really consult with the lawyer and express that situation. That I'm the one paying and all of that, and my desire is for the property to go 100% to the kids because he did not pay anything. You know, and then your lawyer is going to tell you, well, not that easy. So these are the
Yeah.
things that we need to do. So be very, very candid about that. So don't just say, if I pass on, it goes to my kids, without saying that, like hide it, like not address that situation, because it's more than likely it's going to bite you. If there's issues like that, bring it out in the light instead of pushing it down and hiding it, because that is, based on what you heard here, that is a very, very important detail.
Correct. And yes, Beb, but feel free to make an appointment with me anytime. Andun yung email address ko at saka yung phone number ko. If you
Ayan. O, diba? So I think from our conversation today, all of you have learned a lot. Even if it's just one thing, that's already a big thing because it's a legal issue. It's very important. And so thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. We went extended time, 1 hour and 20 minutes, and that is because all of you have been with us asking great questions and finding today valuable. Melissa, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your passion. And thank you for your love for our clients and our kababayans. And again, everyone join us April 21st, first time home buyer webinar. And Melissa, any last words for our audience today?
No, thank you everyone for attending this webinar. Salamat sa mga inyong burning legal questions. It is very much appreciated. Your attendance is very much appreciated. And thank you, Bernadette and Team Karista, for always being there. I appreciate you all.
Melissa, we were just corrected here. We missed. There's the new rules that came up. The budget. We're supposed to talk about that. So can you just give us a bird's eye view of what's coming down the pipe with this federal budget that's important to our viewers today?
Merong 2-year ban on foreign buyers. So yun yung propose nila. Ayaw na nila talaga ng foreign buyers. So, merong 2-year freeze. Hindi na sila pwedeng bumili ng property. So yung sinasabi ko kanina, additional property transfer tax, foreign buyers tax, hindi na siya applicable. Exceptions. Yung importante yung exceptions. Una, if the foreign buyers are purchasing recreational real estate. 2, kung yung foreign buyers, they live in Canada, have work permits, and they're international students who are on track to become permanent residents, pwede sila bumili. Welcome pa rin po kayo. Yung pangalawang issue, sales tax on assignment sales. Kasi po ang ginagawa po natin, well, some of the people na who buy pre-development is that they flip it, they assign it. Kasi the contracts allow the assignment. So ngayon po, magkakaroon na po ng sales tax. Wala pong sinasabi kung ilang percent, but I think sales tax would be GST ba yan or capital gains? Ika-clarify pa ng rules. But this is, they're looking at having this be effective on May 7. Sabi kasi nila, yung ano na yon, yung parang speculation tax na naman actually. This creates an opportunity for speculators to be dishonest about their original intentions. Kasi nakakalusot kasi sila kasi dahil sinasabi nila, it will be their principal residence. So therefore, not subject to taxes. Ang sinasabi ng rules, yung window na yon na sinasara nila. Baka magkaroon na po ng sales tax, so just be aware of that. The third is no principal residence exemption for properties bought and sold within 12 months. Kasi ang rule, pag principal residence mo, wala kang capital gains. Meron kang principal residence exemption. At walang time frame yun. Let's say principal residence mo siya for 6 months, pwede mo na siya ibenta, at wala kang babayaran na capital gains tax. Yun nga lang, pag nakita ka rin na CRA na every year ginagawa mo yun, sabihin niya, I know, it's a business. But anyway, yung principal residence exemption, it further limits the time period wherein you can sell the property. So kailangan tumira ka muna dun ng at least 12 months before you can sell it. So again, this discourages house flipping, pero meron ding mga exemption. If Canadians are forced to sell their home within 12 months due to death, disability, new job, divorce, or birth of a child, exempted pa rin po. Pero yun po, baka po magkaroon po ng 12-month rule para lang aware po kayo.
Ayan. So those are the key summaries. There's more, but we figured that those are the top three that is of particular concern to you. If you want more to know more about that, feel free to reach out to us, team at Karista.ca, and we'll be more than happy to share with that. Again, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone. The shout out, the kudos here, and there's a comment here. Great to hear about. Great to hear, and about the time they curve this practice, better chance for small time would be investors like us. Yeah, I know, right? All the rich people from other countries buying here, they have unlimited budget. To them, 1 million is a drop in the bucket for them. So yeah, so that could be great news for all of us. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. And feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions, if there's anything you want us to talk about in future shows. Melissa, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us today. Bye, everyone.